Hey everybody, I got a naked face, so let's fix that. So I'm doing a first impressions, and I haven't done a first impressions in like a year, so I thought I would do one on the e.l.f. Acne Fighting Foundation. It's a flawless coverage formula that helps prevent and treat acne. So this is from the Studio line, and it costs $6, so it's a really great affordable drugstore option for a full coverage foundation, and I hear a lot of people like it. So I decided to go ahead and give it a try. The color, I'm pretty sure I am, is porcelain, and it might be a tad bit light, but we'll work with it, you know. It has salicylic acid, witch hazel, camphor, tea tree, and aloe. So it has some acne fighting ingredients or some kind of exfoliants, and it also has aloe, so it's supposed to be like the best of both worlds. This lightweight foundation works to disguise redness, blemishes, and uneven skin tone. Fused with acne fighting ingredients, salicylic acid, witch hazel, camphor, tea tree, and soothing aloe. Just says apply to a clean moisturized skin, squeeze a small amount onto a sponge, fingertips, or foundation brush, and start at the center of the face and blend outward. One layer gives a natural finish, or apply in buildable layers for fuller coverage. So it's supposed to be buildable. So let's try it, shall we? So let's give it a try. I'm going to use a brush and a beauty blender dupe to apply. I usually like to apply with the brush and then like blend out with the beauty blender thing just to get a nice coverage. So it comes in a little squeeze tube. It kind of reminds me of like the Makeup Forever matte velvet. I don't know what it's called, the matte one. So let's give it a try. So I'm just going to apply some on my finger and just kind of dot it in the different areas of my face and then start to blend it out. And I think that's probably a good amount to start with now that I'm all polka dotted. I'm going to use a Sigma F80 brush. And I'm just going to kind of buff it into my face. What I should have done is just done half of my face, but I wasn't thinking clearly. So I'm just going to do half now, and then you could just see the coverage compared to the dotted side. Does that work? That works, because I'm not with it. So right off the bat, it seems to blend really nicely and have pretty decent coverage. I'd say right now it's like almost medium coverage. And it feels really good on the skin. And I feel like it's actually a pretty good color match. So as you can see, and granted I have dots on this side, and I'm sorry I didn't think this through. Compared to this side to this side, you can see that it really evens out all the redness. It took away some of my dark circles, and it just blended in really nicely with the brush alone. So far so good. It's looking like it's going to be a pretty nice product. So I'm going to go ahead and blend it onto the other side of my face. Looks pretty darn good. So I'm really impressed with the coverage. I am going to go ahead and add some more to see if it's buildable, if it adds more coverage, and if it doesn't get cakey. So we'll add a couple more dots. And we'll just do one side first, okay? Okay, let's do it. Even though I think the first coat was enough coverage for me, I just want to see how buildable it is. So it is buildable, it gives a little bit more coverage, and it doesn't seem to be caking up, so that's nice. So I don't know how much you can really see from the one side to the other, but it just adds a little bit more coverage, and it makes me look a little bit more flawless, a little bit more matte. It is seeming to be about a matte satin finish. It's not dewy whatsoever. So if you're someone that's looking for a pretty flawless matte foundation, I think this is going to be nice for you, especially the price point. Hello. So I'm going to finish up and put a couple more dots on the other side, and then we're going to wear it out for the day, and I'll check in and let you know what I think about it and see how it holds up and all that fun goodness. So that's really full coverage now that there's a second coat, so I'm quite happy with this so far. Like I said, it does apply pretty well with the brush. I'm just going to go over with my Beauty Blender dupe and just kind of really pat it into my skin. I just feel like doing this just really creates a really nice, flawless finish with any kind of foundation you're working with. So that's what the foundation looks like on. It covered up my redness, it covered up the acne scarring, and pretty much everything I would want it to cover up. I'm not going to set this with a powder. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my makeup, just like eyeshadow, blush, and bronzer, and things like that, but I'm not going to put any setting powder on because I really want to see how well it performs and how well it stays on by itself. So right now, it is 11:06 a.m. So we're just going to go about my day, and I will check back in with you guys throughout the day and let you know how it's holding up. Okay, so it is currently 3:41, and so it's been about 4.5, close to 5 hours. As you can see, I did put on the rest of my makeup. So I just applied blush and bronzer and highlight like I normally do. I didn't powder the rest of my face. So I can tell in the T-zone I'm a little bit oily, and I typically have an oily T-zone. So it doesn't stay matte, so if you're an oily person, I would definitely suggest setting it so you could see I'm rather shiny in the forehead region. But the actual foundation itself is still on and still in place. It's not breaking up, it's staying put. The only thing I noticed is the little bit of oil breaking through. Alright, I'll check back in a couple hours. Okay, so it is now 8:27, so my makeup has been on for a little over 9 hours. So I feel like the foundation has held up pretty well. The only thing I would think I'd want to do in the future is definitely set it, which is what I do anyways because I have an oily T-zone. So you can see that the foundation is still there and covering up my redness pretty well. There's some redness starting to show through, but granted, this has been on for over 9 hours and I didn't use a primer or setting powder or anything. My oil is starting to pop through, which is okay. I mean, I've had it on all day long. So overall, I'm really impressed with the e.l.f. Acne Fighting Foundation. I think it's a great buy for the price, and I think it performs well. So if you're looking for a full coverage drugstore foundation, I think this is definitely a great thing for you. It goes on very well. It covers up very nicely. It stays matte for probably like the first 4 hours, and then after that some oil starts to break through. But I imagine with powder that will help combat that issue. Up close and personal, you can tell it's foundation and that it's makeup, that you have makeup on. It's not like a blend into your skin and just look like a flawless skin. Like, it definitely has that makeup look. But I really like it. So I think for the price and the performance, it does pretty well. So I'm really happy with this foundation and I will be continuing to wear it. So I'm going to go wash my face off and then go lay down and watch a TV show and fall asleep. So I hope you guys enjoyed this first impression. I hope it was helpful. If you've been interested in trying the e.l.f. foundation, I definitely think they're a go, and I think they're pretty awesome for the price point. So thank you guys so much for watching. Heart you guys all. Bye everybody.